See all of these tree roots and lower trees. When I first had a look at them, I thought they must have washed up on shore. And then, of course, I remembered that all of southern Ontario here in Canada was flooded during the era of major forestry and deforestation. Virtually all of the woods in Ontario were cut down 150 years ago. Where I'm sitting right now in this canoe is a place called Temagami, Ontario, which is about a 5-hour drive north of Toronto, and it's in fact where the only original old-growth forest exists in all of Ontario, is here. So to get all of these logs out, the forestry companies dammed up lakes to raise the water levels, so that what was once, say, like a rough rapid suddenly went up 5 or 6 feet, and the logs could go through. So everything here was land, and now it's water. And what's really remarkable, and I've not ever seen this before, these are 150-year-old cuttings. You know, these trees were cut 150 years ago, and they've turned to driftwood, and they're still here. I mean, you can see all the roots of the trees, but as you paddle around here, you'll see tree stumps underwater. So this was probably like a little creek that connected two lakes. And now it's, and excuse me, I'm actually paddling with my left hand here because I'm the only one here in the canoe. And turning these into extended lakes. And this is a very long lake, and at the very end of it is a major dam. It's a modern dam now, but originally it would have been from a forestry company. And we're just going to float down here. I don't know if you can see it, but right there in the water, that's a root of a tree where it was cut down. So I just find this fascinating. And further down, there are what looks to be leftover wood from the lumber business. You know, I don't know what, but here, you know, these were all growing in the land. And of course, you know, when you flood land, trees die. So underneath us is what was a forest. And what I've learned is that when anthropologists go looking for native artifacts in Ontario, they often go underwater because the indigenous villages would have been at water's edge, and water's edge isn't up here. Water's edge was probably underneath the boat somewhere. So that is where a lot of the artifacts have been found, is simply underwater. But anyhow, that's your sort of history lesson from me today. I don't like to be so preachy, but I've just not seen so many trees like that that so visibly show what happens when you flood forests and raise the water level. But there you go. It's a beautiful day up here. And to think that all of these trees regrew after all that deforestation. So while we're all upset about the Amazon and Brazil cutting down all their trees, and we should be, we've already done ours. And now we're letting them grow back in. But there you have it, up here in Temagami on a beautiful, sunny, end of summer day. And I'm out fishing. I got 2 rods, and I've already caught 3 bass today. Cheers.